For me, it's definitely not about money. I love capturing all the little moments.
Hi everyone, I'm Becca from the Student Money Management Center, and I'm bringing you the very first episode of our new podcast, Mean Green Money. Mean Green Money is an exploration of everything that you need to know to be financially successful in college and beyond. But before we get to that how you become financially successful, we wanted to start off with a little bit of why. So we asked 4 UNT students to share their perspective on what money means to them.
To me, money is a key that opens a lot of doors. There's a lot of doors that are always open, but some doors are only open with a proper key, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you actually need to put the key into the door to open the door. For instance, actually spending the money, but sometimes you just need to show people that you have a key, and all of a sudden the doors open automatically.
Money means to me opportunities, specifically to live life, as far as having a place to live, purchase food, hopefully opportunities to travel and see the world, and ultimately helping others in needs.
Money means stability. It means not having to struggle and being comfortable.
Money is, to me, it's honestly just a tool. And I think people don't really realize that. It's just a tool to fulfill your purpose. Sometimes it's necessary in order to fulfill your purpose and why you're actually here. And sometimes you may not need it at all. But honestly, I always want to view money as just being a tool, because right now that's just what it is to me.
And that's why we created this podcast, to help you achieve that sense of opportunity that comes with knowing that you're financially secure. And since part of becoming financially secure is learning how to earn money, we're kicking off the podcast with an interview with Chevy Chey, a UNT student who makes her living running her own photography business. So without further ado, I'll let her take over and share with you how she does it.
Hey, this is Taylor with Mean Green Money. I'm here with Chevy, a phenomenal photographer. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I am a wedding photographer along with college and high school photographer and wedding videographer. I serve all of DFW plus varieties of other areas and, willing to travel anywhere and everywhere.
So how did you find your passion and your talent for photography?
Oh, crap. Oh my gosh. So the passion really, everybody that starts in photography, it's really funny. They'll be like, oh, I was in yearbook in high school and stuff like that. No, that was not me. I was definitely an ROTC. All 4 years of high school, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go in the Air Force. Going to be golden. Have asthma. Totally, change that. So it's like, okay, I'll just go to school. And, in between that, people are like, oh, I like your pictures. And, we're just talking about landscape. Super saturated, back in the day, apps that were, horrible. And from there, it just started, progressing. And before I knew it, I became a business in 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you plan anything going into that? Did you, have a budget set up? Or, how much was your first camera?
So my first camera was actually, my parents. My parents, just, little Zoom, point and shoot, took around, didn't even know anything about manual, what to do with making, the white balance. It was horrible. Yeah. It was on auto, and I just kind of okay, thanks. I'll bring it back to you at this time. But yeah, there's no budget. Once I started getting more into it, I knew that, okay, I'm going to have to save this much money to get a better camera and get flashes. And so, definitely years after.
So, where does your inspiration come from? Is it, it's the money that's in it? You can get a whole bunch, you can get one photographer, one shoot can cost $100. You have $100 in your pocket just for taking pictures for one person, or is there a drive thing that's I love taking pictures, it's not the money, it's the actual doing?
For me, it's definitely not about the money by any means. I love capturing all the little moments. And, when you start doing photography, you kind of try your hand at kids and families and newborns, weddings, a little bit of everything. And out of doing all those trial by fires, I definitely was like, yeah, seniors are going to be like my niche, and weddings. And, I know for other people, yeah, for sure, it is the money, but there's a lot that goes into it that people don't realize. Like, oh, so you just booked this person and you probably got this much out of it. Like, no, there's marketing, there's editing, there's vlogging that, takes a lot of time, as well as, you're investing in your own tutorials, whether it's, on YouTube, you're investing that time, or if you're going to seminars, you're not constantly making that initial first off.
Yeah. So what are some other challenges in your line of work? What are some things that are
Man. Challenges. Don't get me wrong, I love Pinterest. Pinterest is awesome. But people want it exactly like Pinterest. And I'm like, I'm not that person. I can give you my own creative spin on it, but you're not going to get exactly that. So for a while, Pinterest was the challenge of hey, it's okay, you can step out of this, it's fine.
So how do you deal with clients that have this idea that is sometimes not realistic?
So normally, I'll kind of hear what they want. If it's an engagement session and they saw, this country road with a tractor and stuff like that, but they don't even have a tractor. Okay, let's find the next best thing. Do you have a country truck or something? And they're like, yeah, so okay, let's substitute that. Let's make it more you. We'll go into the, kind of a country feel, not exactly a country road like that picture was with the tractor, but we'll incorporate that, and they love it. They totally love, oh, that's so awesome that you got this inspiration from that and you made it us, and everybody loves it.
So where does your creative influences come from?
So a lot of it comes from people that I've mentored with. It's been a variety of wedding photographers that transitioned to either newborn or seniors, or vice versa. They did something and they went to something else. But a lot of that was they were very calm and showed me everything and the inspiration, to be able to be calm in all of those situations. For weddings especially, it's controlled chaos. It's your first day, you don't know what to do. Even though you're shadowing somebody, it's still a lot to take in. With them being calm and collected, that helped out a lot. Okay, now I know what to do for future reference. And I mean, it's just crazy in the styles. I love everybody's styles, and what I learned from them, I created it and made my own.
Yeah.
And it makes me just so happy.
It makes you you.
Yeah.
So who is your biggest support system when it comes to photography? So you say you have mentors, or is there this one driving force that's around you that keeps you pushing forward?
I want to say it's definitely friends and family. Without them, oh my gosh, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. And you have and it's funny when you're in the business world, there's two different friend groups. You have your hangout, what's up friends, and then you got your actual industry friends. And having a lot of both worlds, especially for the industry friends, we're supporting each other like crazy. And if you don't have that, then, you're not really going to be going far. So that's amazing to have.
Definitely. When it comes to certain projects, as you got more into it and things like that, do you set budgets now when you're at a photo shoot and they don't have a tractor but they have a truck? What does that look like now that you're in it to win it?
So usually, if for budgeting and stuff like that, I'll let them know, okay, if you want to do this, let's say Dallas Arboretum, well, it's going to cost this much for travel, and then it's going to cost this much for tickets, because we have to get in. And they're like, okay, so I'll calculate that into their session, and it'll cover it, and it'll also so it's not taking me completely out of pocket.
Gotcha. So when you are setting those budgets, do you also put in the time that it takes to edit things and
Yes.
things of that nature?
Yes.
The time that you actually have to put into.
On average, if you're looking at a regular session, that is about an hour and a half long. You're looking at about less than 24 hours of editing and like figuring out what you're going to post on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If it's a wedding, you're looking at 2 months before they even get their pictures, because with you and another photographer that you're also paying for, so you budget that in the pricing as well for them, you're looking at 3,000 pictures that you personally have to go through.
So like which ones work best? Wow.
Yeah.
2 months.
Like that, and that's if it's the busy season. Like usually if it's in the slower season, like right now, you know, it's cold. Nobody wants to get, you know, done outside in a wedding unless they really want it. But other than that, it's going to be like around April to November is going to be the busy months.
So how do you balance all of that? How do you balance like planning multiple weddings, your social life? How do you balance all that and still, you know, continue to not? Right now, you don't even seem stressed out. You're like pretty cool. You're pretty relaxed. You're not like constantly checking your phone because you're like, it's probably going off because you have clients and things like that. But how do you balance life in general?
Oh my gosh. And I don't even have kids. So like I can only speak on like the non-kid part. I'm not even married. So, you know, like for those people who have kids, like kudos to them. But for me, I use a lot of programs. I use Honeybooks, which is for like, basically, it'll have the contact form that I can put on my website. Whatever leads that I get, it'll code through that system, and it'll keep track for me. And so, like, it'll give you that email, like, new, you know, contact lead, da-da-da-da, gives me all the information. And in that same program, I can email them back and forth without looking in my actual personal email. And it keeps it so organized. And then if they want to book with me, then in that same program, I can just, okay, they want to do wedding videography, and I'll create a proposal, and it'll put down exactly what package they want. I'll do it, their payment plans if they want one, and then the wedding videography contract. It's all sent in one email. So
that's
then
very like stress-free.
Yes, it makes my life so much easier.
Do you also use Apple software when it comes to the financial part of it? Like, you have I guess it's like I can't think of the name right now, but I know there's software.
There's PayPal, you know, Stripe, like all that stuff. For a while, I was using PayPal. Because everybody uses PayPal. It's very secure, you know, but I didn't like paying the fees, you know, on our side. It's, you know, depending on how much they put towards you, you know, then you lose a good chunk of that. And yeah, like, well, okay. So in that same program of Honeybooks, it automatically, I don't have fees. It'll transfer it straight into my bank account, you know, within 7 days. And I'll use it for getting albums for another couple, or a canvas because they want to show it at their wedding, or for seniors, they want to have like a sign book at their graduation party. Like, it's a good cycle that goes through, and it's, if I didn't have that, I feel like I would be completely in a black hole. But, you know, by any means, I'm not perfect at it. I use Pixie Set 2, which is for galleries. And if they want to have, like, family members purchase extra prints, it's so easy, and they just send the gallery, like, link to their families, and they can go there, purchase whatever they want, and I'll send it to them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You said some things that I've, like, never heard of, so it's, like, good. Because college students, there's a lot of things that we just haven't experienced just yet, because, like, our pool of clients are, like, all around us, whereas it's not a lot of people getting married on campus, so you have to think outside of the box. So if their whole family wants to book it or anything like that, we don't actually, it's like, I never thought to have something like that, because one, I have never been married, or
yeah, I mean, hey, me too.
So it's a great learning experience.
Yeah.
Do you have, like, any tips or things that for someone that wants to start in your line of work that you wish you knew then that you could tell now?
So I definitely was lucky being able to talk to the photographers where I lived, and like one of them was like, yeah, like, come with me. You can be my third shooter. You know, like, if you can take pictures for your portfolio, I'll help you with, you know, like, angles, if you have questions, settings, blah, blah, blah. Not a lot of that happens now, especially in just, like, DFW area. You know, for example, very heavily populated. Like, people are very, like, this is my area, and I'm not going to show you anything. So, you know, like, take it with a grain of salt when, you know, you go and ask somebody, and they kind of give you kind of like a snarky remark, like, it's fine. Everybody's different. That's just how they are. And, you know, just, okay, say thank you and go to the next one. And then they probably will say, yeah, come follow me. I'll definitely help you out. You can be my second shooter after a certain amount of time frame, and, you know, we'll get it all squared away. Another thing is, don't bring props. Let the couples bring props and stuff. I became like that hoarder. I felt like I had 5 different chairs and random things. I'm like, yeah, like, I need this stuff that I only used once. You know, and I'm like, they were cute chairs, but not every senior session or family needs a chair.
So that goes to my next question. Have you ever felt like you wasted money when it comes to certain things?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Like, I feel like I wasted a lot in the beginning with those props. Like, because you think it's such a good idea.
I have props for you. Come work with me.
Yeah, like, don't worry, I got you. You know, it's all taken care of. Like, no. Like, I wish I would have saved my money more and put it towards, like, another investment of either, like, a camera or a mentorship. You know, don't be afraid to ask about mentorships. People offer them all the time. Like, I offer them. I don't have a promotions or anything, but if you ask, like, I will do my best to, like, help you with what you want, whether it's posing or, you know, like, even editing. Like, I'll give you, like, a couple tips and stuff, you know. It's just a variety of everything that I wish I would have saved for. And there's even conferences too, photography conferences, where I went to one that was in Florida, and I've been to one in Houston. And I mean, as long as you look and read the fine print, because some of them have like 50-mile radius. Like the one in Houston, like, was 50-mile radius. So I was lucky before I moved to Denton that I was in the right, like, line there. So definitely look at that if you're looking to do some kind of schooling and training or mentoring kind of thing.
That's good. That's good you said read the fine print, because you never think to read the fine print when it comes to
Yes. Well, and a lot of them too, you know, like, if you go to a conference, you can take these pictures and you can use them for your portfolio and stuff like that. Awesome. But if you're going to enter photo competitions, they won't let you submit stuff from workshops. So you just did all this amazing time, and you're like, yeah, like, I'm going to submit this, and it's going to be awesome. Oh, wait, no, I can't, because I did this other workshop. So it pushes you to, like, okay, so this is what I learned. If I want to submit stuff and try and get nationally recognized, I need to create my own from the inspirations and stuff like that. And a lot of the places that you go to, we're in Texas. Yeah, we kind of have hills, but we don't have mountains. We don't have beaches. So when you go to these places, it's everything that you don't have, and you want to continue it, but you just have to create it in your own way.
That's perfect. Do you ever stress about money when it comes to being a photographer? Because, you know, there's people that say, like, photographers don't make any money. Then there's, like, photographers out here like you that are like, I made a name for myself. I have clients that are crazy. I have to download honey books and things like that. So is there ever moments where you're like,
oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like, and I'm sure, like, other photographers would definitely, like, tell you the same. Like, there's moments where, you know, things pop up, like, your camera dropped, you know, and now you have to get it fixed. well, you just have this money saved that you were hoping to just keep it for something else, but now you have to put it towards that, and so you have to learn to kind of juggle through everything. It's like when you get a new car, you're getting an apartment, like, okay, how am I going to budget this? It's all in the same, just take away one factor and put in another. So, there's times that definitely, I wonder, and for this year particularly, me and a couple other, wedding professionals were talking about, the wedding season is starting slower than it did last year. Because for a lot of us, 2 years ago, for 2017, we had tons of bookings. And for 2018, there's not as many. So, we have to adjust. Every year is different. So one year you may be like really up there high, you're feeling good, and you may have spent, a couple things on you because treat yourself moments. But then, like the next year, like, oh crap, why did I do that? Like this year's not as good as last year. So being able to balance that is a really big key.
How do you balance the roller coaster ride?
The highs and lows. Yeah. For me, I offer payment plans for couples because I know money doesn't grow on trees. Like, and I'm not about to have them take out any extra loans, type of stuff if they, need to. So all those payments that I have, whether it's on the first or the last day of the month, that helps transition into the slower times. And then when it gets busier, then obviously those months are going to be busy. Like I'll have more income. But for the ones that are the lower, it helps. Mm-hmm.
That's great. Could we get any of your social media or ways to reach out to you?
Yeah.
For booking or anything like that?
You can definitely Google Chevy Chey photography, and you'll probably see Wedding Wire, The Knot. My website's www.chevycheyphotography.com. You can email me at chevycheyphoto@att.net. Feel free to give me a call at 940-781-5290. And feel free to definitely check out my Facebook stuff. I'm constantly on Instagram. I do have a Snapchat, but Snapchat, is kind of disappearing, I feel like. So, don't worry about that one by any means. But definitely feel free to ask me questions and whatever you have in mind.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day just to answer a few questions for us. And do you have anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know that usually it's when you're in the moment is like, oh, this is, this would be a good time for questions, and stuff. Because for us as creatives, we are constantly, our brain is just bouncing with ideas, and we're just, trying to create the next cool thing. And, if we're in that moment where you feel like now would be like if you're with us, you're shadowing us and stuff like that, we're not going to be thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a good question time. So it's one of those, like, if you have a question, definitely feel free to reach out to somebody, ask them the specific questions of, how did you start? Let me see your portfolio. I want to see how you've become this, we would love to show you everything, that got us from point A to point Z, and even if we can't answer it, then we know somebody who can. So, it's just a big networking thing, and definitely, feel free to ask questions because, you can't ask stupid questions. There's nothing. Yeah.
That's it. Once again, that was professional photographer and UNT student Chevy Chey. Links to her website and social media can be found in the show notes. Thank you for being some of the very first Mean Green Money listeners. If you like this episode, please spread the word. Any feedback or ideas for the show can be sent to money.management@unt.edu. Our office is located in Chestnut Hall, 313, and we offer free workshops and one-on-one coaching sessions to help you work through anything you're going through financially. So please feel free to hop over to us if there's ever anything we can help you with, and have a great week.